Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So you guys can tell by the title, so today I'm going to touch on a deeper topic to me. I'm going to talk about underperforming and how it really affects me mentally and where it kind of stems from. So honestly, the reason why I even address this topic is because lately I've been, just thinking about a lot of things. It's reading week, school, academics, track, different things in my life and the way I've been feeling. So obviously the track season, you guys can tell I've told you guys that it's been stressing me a lot lately, and that I've been trying to deal with that a lot. And there's a lot of uncertainty here and there about a lot of things and positions and rankings and stuff like that. And yeah, so for that, honestly, I just think that where it stems from really is I know where it stems from. So obviously, growing in an environment where you're constantly, told that you're not good enough or you're not going to be good enough, it kind of that and when you're projected with that insecurity, it really affects you long term. It really I've seen in some stuff, like it really, I can see, it really affects me. And that's why I have such high expectations of myself, or high standards that can most times be super unrealistic. And when I don't achieve these sometimes unrealistic standards, now I just blame myself, and I have this cloud of just negativity and just thinking that I'm not good enough, and it's just a constant cycle of just negativity in me. But being told literally for years on end that you're not gonna be good enough and you're not good enough, it really gets to you. Because now I feel like I can't even enjoy the simplest hobbies that I have, or the simplest activities that I have, or just um, be proud of my achievements, things that I work hard for, because I just feel like even if I feel like I achieve a goal, I don't let myself enjoy it. I tell myself, what if you went a little harder, you could have achieved this instead. You could have always aimed higher. And when I don't achieve that goal, now it's like, oh yeah, you're not good enough to achieve it. So it's like I never rest. My mind just never rests from it. And like for track, like lately, it's been consuming my mind a lot, and it's been getting to me a lot in terms of statuses, ranking, and stuff like that. And I told you is that uncertainty just makes me jump to negative conclusions. And when I do, get the results and it's negative, it suits me a little bit because it kind of confirms what I was expecting. But it also hurts again because I just feel like I'm not being fair to myself. And I want to have a more positive mindset. Like, I feel like my mindset does set me back a lot in terms, like, a lot on a lot of aspects. My way of thinking, it really sets me back. And that's why I just hold so much resentment for my parents. Sometimes I just hold so much resentment because I just feel like it's not fair. Obviously, that's the type of negativity and mindset that I keep for myself. I don't project it to other people. And when I do have the chance to have that positive mindset, I take it. But it's just that, so underperforming lately, I just feel like lately I've been underperforming, whether it's the way I study or the way I run, um, things like, or even poetry. Like, I haven't touched poetry in, like, officially in like 2 months. I haven't written a piece. I haven't felt inspired, where I just haven't felt the motivation to write anything, so I just haven't written anything. And about 2 days ago, I've tried to write something and to, get back into it a little bit slowly, and I just couldn't write anything. Like, I didn't know what was wrong, but I couldn't write anything. When I did get a little poem out, like a little, like, 4-verse poem, I didn't think it was good enough. I didn't like it. Um, so yeah, I just felt like poetry was one of the things that, even where everything else failed, or I felt like everything else failed, that could be kind of like my safety net. Like at least I have poetry. Poetry has taken me out of a lot of things. It's made me feel better about a lot of things. It's helped me express my feelings. And I was saying in one of my first videos that I do use poetry as a subtle way to express my feelings, which is why I stopped using it as a way of journaling, because for me personally, it's too subtle. And sometimes it doesn't allow me to fully express how I feel. But when I felt like everything else around me was just negative and failing, I knew I could run to poetry for a safety net. And now that poetry is also, I feel like I'm underperforming in that too, and I'm just not writing like I should. Now it just feels like there is no safety net. There is nothing for me to grab onto. Like my hobbies have become consuming. My passions have become consuming. The things that push me for a challenge that make me better have also become consuming. And now there's just nothing for me to go to. You know, I just feel like everything I try to have positively, it just becomes a competition with myself. It becomes a competition with others. It becomes comparison. It becomes you're not good enough. It becomes everything. Even if like sometimes like even if you start a hobby, you start a sport, you start anything, you will never start as being the best. Like you have to climb your way up there. You have to, you're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days, you're gonna have days where you're underperforming, days where it's just not as good as you want it to be. And I just can't accept that, you know? So when I'm having bad days, for me, it's immediately jumping to that conclusion. And yeah, like it's easy to sit here and blame the trauma on my parents, and but I've definitely really tried to work on it, but the resentment is just still there. And obviously, I've also said many times before that you just cannot heal in the environment that hurt you. So I feel like I just would never truly heal as long as I'm still here. Like my mind won't allow me to heal as long as I'm still here, especially if I'm still living through these things, still living through this constant pressure. Like everything that I do and everything around me reminds me of that pressure that I'm feeling, and I'm not unable to heal from that hurt when I'm still in the environment that hurt me. But I've taken smaller steps to try to heal while I'm at it, because like I said, blaming this, blaming the environment, blaming that, you still have to work and do your best to heal from the things that hurt you. And I've told you guys, journaling, praying has also helped me when I'm super, super worried. Like when the worry is uncontrollable, I'll pray. I talk to myself a lot. Some people say it's just crazy, but I do talk to myself a lot. But yeah, like lately, I just felt like this constant cloud of just negativity, because like I've been just thinking about track and uncertainty and underperforming, and it's like it just weighs on me even more. And yeah, it's just like really difficult to deal with. But in terms of track my worry, the way I handle my worry, I don't really try to think about handling it. I just think about it until I distract myself either with studying or just doing something else. Um, but every time I do step onto the track, I do have that fear of underperforming. And when I do underperform, I don't perform like I wanted to, or I don't perform like I would have loved to perform. And it kind of confirms to me what I was expecting for myself. But at the same time, now I jump to another cycle of uncertainty and my mind bothering me and just negativity, negative thoughts. I just jump into the news like honestly, it's like that all season. So you guys can just imagine how draining it is for me. It's just been it's so draining. I've tried so hard to just be more positive, you know, and just say things that help me have a better mindset. But it's just so draining, because even when I do achieve something that I'm supposed to be proud of, I'm just like, well, it's good enough for now, but what if you know? So, yeah, it's just kind of like that. Um, I haven't journaled in. I think I journaled last time. I have a digital journal, and I also have a paper version of a journal. This is my paper version of my journal. And this is the first entry that I have, which I wrote in October 25th, because I really felt like my thoughts were so consuming. So I really needed to write something. And I wrote a couple things here and there. My last entry was in December 14th. My eyes are hurting because of all of the makeup I put for this video. And I have a digital journal as well on my Notion. And my last entry, I think was last week. I can double check. But I do have, because sometimes I don't feel like writing and writing and writing because I feel like my thoughts move faster than my hands. So I feel like a digital journal is definitely like good for me. My last entry was 4 days ago. Um, yeah, and one thing that I do appreciate that I've worked on myself a lot in 2026 is that despite the negativity, for example, before I compete or before I do something, despite the negativity that the strong negativity that I have or the negative mindset that I have before I do that thing, when I'm about to do that thing, I shift into such a positive and mindset that tells me that I have to get it done and I'm going to get it done and I'm going to leave everything and I'm going to do my 100%. I'm going to hit my 120%. Every time before I do something, it's always like that I work, that I show up, and that I try my best, even if I underperform every single time. But yeah, I was initially gonna film this earlier, and then I got news that made me cry a little bit, and I was just like, I'm still gonna film. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and if you feel like you relate to anything or you want to share your side or what you may be going through, you can also do it in the comments. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys in another lifetime.